fuck you then.
And we go live with Ollie saying that. Just so you know, he was actually talking to Rookie because she offended him. Yeah.
Horrible, horrible thing.
It was terrible, really.
I can't even repeat it. It was pretty rough.
Not repeating.
Yeah. Yeah. But anyways, hi everybody. How y'all doing? Yeah. So the ship is now started. Clearly there's at least one more Batarian on it. You guys just fucking murdered 6 Batarians, technically an injured one. You literally kill-shotted an injured guy on the ground there at Rockwell and killed 5 more.
Terrorist.
Yeah.
Slash whatever. You are not going to make this man feel bad about that. He's fine.
So, you guys are sitting around. Sorry, not sitting around. You literally just finished that shot, that explosion, everything I just described. Lena, you're in pain.
Yep.
Like, you have 7 health points. These don't heal unless you have, like, things like Metagel and whatnot. These don't heal like the way you do in D&D. Where you're like, oh, I'm just going to sit here and have a cigarette for an hour, and all of a sudden I gain back my entire bar of health points. Like, that's actually one of my biggest complaints about Dungeons & Dragons.
You're meant to be bandaging your wounds is the illusion.
Listen. The illusion is the guy hits you with an axe and cuts you deep. It's like, okay, but you realize, like real life, Ollie, I showed you a picture. Real life, a friend of mine accidentally hit himself with an axe in the ankle. Okay?
Ooh.
So it was one with a hand axe, just one slip. He was cutting wood, accidentally hit himself in the leg with a hand axe. He now, for the next year or so, a little bit more than a year, has a chance of that becoming infected and having to remove the leg. Because he broke the membrane that's in the outside of the bone. But never mind the fact that that might get infected and that could happen to him, which is absolutely fucking horrifying. It's going to take about 8 or 9 months for that to be healed in general. And we're like, oh yeah, you got hit with 7 axes, but you sat down and you had a cup of tea and a couple of elven wafers, and all of a sudden you're good to go, full health points.
You make fun of me using optional rules in the DMG. There's optional rules to make long rests a night and... no, short rest one night and long rests like a week.
Oh no, just
to make it more wound.
Yeah.
Like,
well, that's why. Well, so instead of doing that,
in there.
Yeah. Instead of doing that though, I just use like theater. Try to do like a theater of the mind thing. I describe it as damage being, different. So like if somebody hits you with 4 points of damage and you have 10 health, it's really just like, oh, they mostly missed you, but it's a slight graze, things like that. But anyways, that doesn't matter. We're here to play Mass Effect. We can argue about it afterwards, Ollie. Actually, I think we pretty much agree on it. But so you just killed the motherfucker.
Yeah, I'd probably get on comms as soon as I see that the guy's actually dead. Just radioing like he's down, and then are you okay?
Me?
Yeah, you were the one in close contact with him.
A couple of scrapes, pain, but nothing I've experienced before. Thank you for saving my ass.
Yeah, no problem. Sounds like you'll live.
Okay, so you guys are do you try to give any medical aid to? What is the immediate thing you guys do next?
I am immediately.
You know the situation, but the ship is now powered up. There's
the ship is getting up. I'm immediately, writing up exactly what happened here. Not like a full log, but like sending it to the ship. And also, their ship is taking off now, out of I want to say Kyber Core, but I'm fairly sure that's from Yu-Gi-Oh. The building, the corporation building,
Serta Foundation.
Serta Foundation building. And I'll just send that, and then I'll also send estimated 6 Batarians dead, 1 wounded soldier, stuff like that. I'm basically just writing the report. Like they're like, "Oh, are you okay?" I'm like writing the report.
Heartless bastard. Lena, what do you do?
I have Metagel.
You gonna apply it to yourself?
It'd be wise to do that.
Okay, so applying Metagel is only a heal check of 6. However, applying it to yourself is much more difficult. If somebody else applied it to you, they would just roll their first aid skill against you with only a DC of 6 because they have the Metagel. However, you doing it to yourself, you take a -2 penalty because it's much more difficult because you're in pain and trying to apply it to this area. So you do take a -2 penalty doing it to yourself. You're welcome to roll it if you'd like.
6.
The DC is 6, but you have to roll.
Heal with -2.
Yeah, first aid with -2. And I think you already have a -1, so you're rolling the -3. Some odds are against you.
Yeah. What attribute is this?
Oh, my apologies. It's actually you get to choose Dex or Intelligence when it comes to first aid.
I think I'm gonna go Dex.
Mm-hmm.
And -2.
Mm-hmm. Hey!
Hey!
Good job! You actually did well. Ollie, if you're making a list of things for me to fix, can you remind me to fix first aid to first aid? Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. So the you actually take the Metagel and you're able to apply it to yourself. Metagel is actually really fucking good if you're like it can just stop you from like I'm in condition dying, and then that's a different concern in general, or it actually heals you for 1d what is it 1d6 plus 1 damage.
1d6 plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna type that 1d6 plus 1.
Hooray!
Fully back up to full health. So the way it works, the way it heals you for 1d6 plus 1, more or less you're applying this goopy pasty stuff that's made by the Certa Foundation. You're applying this goopy pasty stuff that's made by genetically modified either omni or totipotent what is it called there? What's the word I'm looking for? Like stem cells. And so it's genetically modified like totipotent stem cells that you apply to these 2 different areas. And so as soon as they hit the area, it starts realizing what kind of tissue it needs to create. And it's also part of like the Omni tool that you use to put in there. You kind of like you press where it is that you're applying to it, so it kind of like charges into it the electronic command it needs to do what it needs to, and it instantly starts turning into, by reading off of what's around it, it has antibacterial stuff that goes in there and cleans up the wound immediately, as well as a semi-acidic material that burns away anything that might be lodged inside of there. If you actually have like metal hunks, there's like a shell still sticking inside you, like a shrapnel or whatever, that's a different story. But it burns away anything that might be in there, cleans out any bacteria, and immediately starts replacing your damaged muscular or connective or actual epithelial tissue with this stuff turning into it. At the same time as pumping your body with a whole bunch of like narcotics or not like painkillers, semi-narcotic, semi-not narcotic. There's some CBDs in there. Don't worry. You get a nice, a good feeling, as well as hitting you with a slight adrenaline boost. So while all this is happening, like it gets rid of all that stuff, but you're able to be made alert and kind of like you forget about the pain that your body is still technically feeling because you have all these drugs taking it away. Tonight's gonna be a shitty night, but by tomorrow your body would have kind of like healed itself enough that you'll forget about it. You know what I mean?
Just another day.
So that's the way that the Metagel works to do this. The fun part about Metagel is, while it does all this wonderful stuff, it's not that it perfectly heals up any scars that would be there. As a matter of fact, because the Metagel kind of over heals, sometimes it can leave things like skin tabs or the skin coloration might be slightly off. So what you can always do is later on you can hit, if you were a citizen, this is a different story. Luckily you're in the military, so they do it for you pretty much for free. If the med bay in the ship, which it is good enough, they'll actually like skin graft or laser away anything that's there to make it look normal again. So you does leave like a semi-deformed spot, and if it's not treated within the next like handful of days, week or so, it will leave something that leaves a mark that clearly you were injured and healed by Metagel. Or you can seek that like advanced medical treatment to make it look normal again. So again, Metagel is fucking amazing, but it's not, Jesus. It's not like it lays its hand on you and you're perfect again, right?
I'll lay on hands.
Yeah. It's like, lay on hands is fucking amazing, right? It's not
lay on
like
hands
that.
Is Jesus.
It is Jesus, exactly. So,
basically. Yeah,
of course. Now, Ollie plays a paladin that only lays hands on children, but that's a different story. So we make our way over to.
Playing with a paladin that only lays hands on cats.
Creepy. Creepy. Okay, so so you're sitting there and you're just kind of like fuck, and you take your Metagel container that you have to your side, you lock it into your Omni tool, and you just start spreading it on the area, and it's kind of like gritting your teeth to let that do its healing or whatever. Your suit's holding fine. Next, so you're doing that. What's your face is kind of running up the port, and Carmine was doing what again? Please remind me. You aside from talking?
I'd probably be looking around to see if there's a way to like secure the ship from leaving, like from the outside. Like, is there any doors we can close or something?
Do me a favor. Make me a perception wisdom first.
No modifiers? Okay. Ooh.
That's fine. I know 5 is low, but don't worry about it. 5 is actually the minimum you need to roll for basic checks. So, if the 4s equal usually nothing, unless it's like super fucking easy. 4s equal usually like if it's a skill that you're trained in, you don't even need a roll if the DC is only a 4. All right. So, anyways, you look around. You do see maybe you see something. Roll me a lore, which is like an understanding of it's more or less like a knowledge check. Roll me a lore intelligence check. With a +1 actually. Okay, we'll just add 1.
Oh. That's an 11
Fucking
then.
11.
So, yeah.
So you're looking around like, how the fuck am I going to stop this thing? And you look over at the hangar door, and you see a panel. And you remember something that happened beforehand.
I do. So would it be able to shoot that panel then, so the door would start closing?
You most certainly can. So you kind of like look around really quickly. You see this thing, and all of a sudden you're just like, yep. And start like walking at the panel and shooting at it. Roll for me your once again it's your intelligence assault rifle. But no, before it was dexterity assault rifle, wasn't it? For the panel at the very beginning of the stream. So it was dexterity assault rifle skill check.
Yeah, it's not like he's trying to shoot specific parts. He just wants to blow up the fucking panel.
That door is gone.
Oh my god!
While that's going on, I hear the disfires, and I will yell, like, Carmine, what are you...
I'm stopping this ship from going away.
So you're yelling at him. You like, look up surprised, like, Carmine! And this obviously isn't over the comms, because you guys are like right there. And you start yelling at him or whatever, and you're like, doo, 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 doo. And you actually shoot this thing, the panel's like, and all of a sudden the hangar's like, and it does that right as the ship starts to really glow at the backside of the ship, and it starts to really gain its energy. And you can see that the ship hasn't moved yet, but the legs are starting to go into the ship, and it's still hovering perfectly still with the legs gone. And you're like, oh shit, this thing is now locked in here. So you guys come to a huge realization. One, this is going to have a fucking difficult time getting out of this hangar now that Carmine just did this brilliant display of manliness. But 2, you now have a fully activated, loaded ship sitting here in a hangar with you guys, and the ship has all of it. It's only a transport ship, but even transport ships can defend themselves against other ships, and you're not ships.
We're not. We're
That's
little
correct,
ships.
yeah.
So, we're not exactly in combat anymore. So you guys are looking at this thing. You were typing up your report. You didn't even quite get to press send yet when all this shit happens. I would like you guys to stop, and so you guys have comm links, or you can yell over to each other. You have a couple moments between like just standing there or ducking behind boxes, whatever you're doing. You guys open dialogue. What's your plan? What do you want to do with the ship right now? I mean, you know. Let's just put this out of the way. You're not going to be able to take your fucking assault rifle, your pistol, and your sniper rifle and do enough damage to the ship to shoot it down. I mean, maybe if you wanted to get cute and throw some grenades into its into the exhaust part of its engines, maybe you can do some slight. But you're talking about personnel-sized weapons against a fucking spaceship. Okay, so go fuck yourself. It's not going to work. So
I kind of tried that with the ramp already. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, now its
quite
shields
good.
are actually fully loaded too.
Okay, I have decryption 1.
Mm-hmm.
If that helps.
That is decent.
I know that obviously it's in Batarian, but
We can't hack the ship wirelessly. I tried that
that's a
earlier.
good point. Good point.
We'd have to. That's why I was on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't hack it
Yeah.
wirelessly. We already brung the hangar. It's runtime.
I think
Right.
we make our way out of the door that me and Adam came through.
That
I don't
If
think we're
that's
getting
the
out the way I came, so.
So hold on 1 second. When you wanted to hack the ship, Rookie, when you wanted to hack the ship, what was Lena's idea? What did she want to hack the ship for specifically?
To trap them inside.
Oh, so more or less like Like, more or less, like, set the ship back down?
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that from the outside. No way whatsoever.
I thought that was a bit of a long shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not gonna get out the way that I came in. Because helmets don't open doors. They stop them from closing.
Is there any other doors that aren't horrendously locked down or smashed?
So obviously the hangar doors is sealed shut now. There are 5 other doors leaving this place. 4 of them are shut, fully functional, mag locked and everything. And one of them shut, but it's the one that you guys came through.
So it's the best bet, even though it's shut again now. Alright, great. Good.
Do you want to make a full perception check? Like, you actually want to spend like a moment to like fully take in the scenery around you?
It probably won't give us anything more. It's better off just to run. And honestly, I would press send on the half-finished report, and then start running, and then like actually whistle like we're going. I wouldn't say. I actually whistle and start running.
Okay, so the whole like, and then like start making your way out that way. Cool.
A little bit too big for my boots, kind of thing.
Yep. Okay, and
I'll let him have it. I'll let him have it for this one time.
You guys start hoofing your way over to the area. The first one to get there is easily Rockwell. Easily the first one to get to the door. Is Dickie's going to do about that door. There's nothing he can do there. And then
I have exert.
Yeah, but how are you going to... There's nothing to grab.
True, I don't have an Omni blade.
Yeah. And then...
The store doesn't have handles. I guess it's a...
Right. So,
okay.
So Lena and...
Future is impractical.
Lena and Carmine are both get there about the same time because... she's further, but he's slower. So they get there about the same time, and you can see that this door is completely sealed shut. Once again, do you try to go about it the same way there, Sir Carmine?
It worked last time.
I would actually just order it. Like, I'd be out of breath. Carmine.
Okay. I'd probably just come running up with the Omni Blade already in hand.
Yep. With your assault rifle put back away, the Omni Blade in hand, you can make me an exert strength check.
Oh.
So you do it, and you hit it, and you punch into the door. And so you are able to pierce through the door and get your Omni Blade into it. But he's kind of like, "Arr!" But it's just not enough. I mean, this thing is not exactly mag sealed, but it's also not lubricated, not moving like it's easily lubricated at the moment either.
Can't we do assisted in this?
You most certainly fucking can. You guys are kind of all getting there at the same time. And he like pulled out his blade as he got there, so he ran up and hit it as soon as he got there, and he missed. The two of you going to try to assist in some way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So why don't you, Carmine, roll for me again. Because they're assisting you, for one person assisting you, it would be a +1, but for both of them assisting you, and I think by the time you get like a wedge, they can kind of really help out, I'll give you a total of a +3.
Okay.
Like a synergetic bonus. Fuck yeah!
There we go, that's better.
So once again, like, there's nothing they can really do at first. So now that you kind of like brace yourself and you really like lock your shoulder and you start pushing, you're like, you get it open enough, it's like this much. They might have to be worried about their fingers, but you're like, no. And like, yeah, I imagine that Lena's much taller than Adam because he just seems small and sad. and she's like an Amazon. So we'll say she grabs high and he grabs low, and you guys both grab the door and like really start helping to push it open. So you're like Wolverine strong arming it, and they're grabbing the door and ripping it open. And now that it's open, they can let go and pop through, and you hold it there for a moment again, same as you did before, grabbing it, let the Omni Blade shatter and falls to the ground and goop. And then you go walking through yourself. And yeah, now it slowly starts to shut behind you. The ship itself that was in there turns. As it does so, it does turn and it tries to slam into the area you are with the nose of the ship to try to crush you guys.
Oh, fuck.
Like I said beforehand, what's your name there? Rockwell. Is able to get through super easily. The first one through. Lena Ward, the second one through. The last one through there is what's his name?
Who knows?
Carmine. God, I'm so bad with names. I'll eventually get. I should just put it like right here.
You should have a post-it note.
Yeah,
on the screen
a post-it name
with the names.
I'm doing that right now. So it does try to slam into him. And it's one of those scary situations where as it goes to slam into him, he goes running through the door and he actually has to dive through itself, and the whole ship does slam into the wall. The wall buckles and moves back a little bit. And the very tip of the ship, the very nose of the ship, does come through almost a meter or so through the doorway itself. And you guys can see it like, oh shit! Before it kind of like backs up and starts slowly turning some more towards the actual the gate. What are you guys doing at this moment? Just kind of like moving further down the hallway where it's safer?
I would say like we keep running.
Retreat.
I would
towards
at
like
least
the main
before...
foyer area we came to before. Like literally we're just backing up on the way me and Carmine came.
Absolutely.
While getting up, I'd probably just take the opportunity to wisecrack. I just look back. I think I pissed them off a little bit, and then just keep legging it.
So you guys are making your way to the. You guys are making your way over to the. Let me get this actually on here. Hopefully it sticks well enough, though. I may have to get tape. These aren't Post-it brand Post-it notes. These are the off-brand, you know. Boys gonna live on a budget. Boys on a budget.
And you do.
So you are making your way down there, and you can hear the ship's weapons discharging, probably trying to blast its way through there. Where do you guys go right now? Where's your end goal? Where are you trying to be?
Honestly, the main foyer, and then up the way we came towards the shuttle. That's the way I'm leading them.
You want to get back to your actual ship?
Yeah, well, to the shuttle that gets us to the ship, because we're on like a different island right now, right?
Completely understood. Are you booking it as fast as you can, or are you moving a little bit slower so you can finish that report and send it? Like kind of like text and driving.
I pressed send when we were running to the door, unfinished.
Okay, gotcha.
It's gone through.
You guys are actually, you knew exactly which way you came from. You went through here beforehand. I'm going to allow all of you to make me an exert check with a +2 because you knew exactly where you're going to try to get there as quickly as possible. Now, there are multiple ways that you can exert, okay? You can exert just kind of like flat out, and whatever you choose, you kind of all have to choose it together. You can exert flat out sprint as fast as you can, which is going to make me an exert constitution, right? Or you guys can try to just be quick with cutting through corridors and making smart ways of exerting yourself to get back there rather than just flat out sprinting as quickly as you can, which is going to be exert intelligence. Or you can even try to ask people along the way, which is going to be exert charisma. So there's 3 options: intelligence, charisma, or con. The DCs, because it's tiered DCs, are all the same. It's just what you think the best one is.
I mean, 2 of us, the 2 leading, are smart ones. So intelligence actually makes the most sense.
Sure.
Even though Carmine might lag behind.
No, my intelligence is +1. So.
Oh, then we're golden then. We might as well just do exert
Sure, exert intelligence. Cool.
And then with you said it was a plus modifier as well, or?
We just flatten it because we're all doing it, I think.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Okay, my intelligence is not good, but...
Oh, fuck. I'm going to run into a guard, aren't I?
A +1, yeah?
What was that?
+1.
Just your intelligence.
Right.
I got
So
snake eyes.
No assisted.
No. No.
Because we're all doing it separately, even though we're running as a team, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm working as an average.
It's like, you take the lead on that one.
Okay, so the way this is going to go is you guys are going to run forward and try to make your way. Now, Lena, you understood some things with your... So there's a 3, a 10, and an 8. Lena, you understood some things from the way that you had gone that Rockwell and Carmine didn't, and Rockwell and Carmine know things that you don't from the way that they came, vice versa, right?